Hello, welcome to Yoga Flow. So today's practice is going to start us on the series of the Niyamas, which is the second limb and the eight-limbed yoga path. And the first niyama is Saucha. And so that deals with cleanliness and purity. So kind of think about the yamas that we've been doing the past few weeks as being yoga ethics. Think about the niyamas as more practices. So Saucha, cleanliness and purity, both on the inside and outside of the body. I'll go through this class periodically and say things what that means to me. And then at the end, I'll give you an opportunity to think about and ponder what that means to you, which might be the same or it might be the difference. And that's all okay. So just a block or two today, we're going to be going into moon flow. So I've got a block on each side of my mat so that they're there when I need them. And that being said, we will come to a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you, I'm sitting up on a folded blanket. Good. And think about a tall spine. Think about ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. We'll take a slight tuck in the chin. And just turn inward and notice if there's anywhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more. So maybe that's the face and the jaw, the shoulders, the hips, maybe even the belly or the tongue. And then bring the awareness to the breath. Are you in and out through the nose, in and out through the mouth, or a combination? Is the breath calm, smooth, rapid, choppy? So if you can, start to breathe, inhaling through the nose, expanding the rib cage. And then slowly exhaling through the nose or the mouth. We'll take that again, big inhale. You can incorporate the Ujjayi breath in here if you'd like, exhaling it out. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands and heart center. So creating an intention, so you can go with that niyama, the saucha, the cleanliness and the purity, or you can always come up with your own. And once you have that set, we'll inhale, take it up overhead, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, let's take it over to the left. Nice side bend. Sits bones are rooted. Gaze is where your neck and your body need it to be. Breathe and expand through that rib cage. And then you choose staying here. You can side bend deeper. You can choose maybe to open up towards the ceiling, or maybe a C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, move through center. Taking it over to the other side. Sits bones rooted, taking your gaze where it needs to be. And then you choose staying here, coming out. You can side bend deeper. You can open towards the ceiling, or you can take that C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. And then when you're ready, inhale and lengthen, using those obliques, those side abs, bringing you back up. Big inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left, taking the arms down, rolling those shoulders back in their pockets, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. Careful not to crank through the low back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale. We'll take that to the other side. Rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come to center. I'm going to let my hands come down onto my knees. And we'll do a little spinal roll here. So don't worry about what you look like. Just move the spine, make it feel good. Good. Let's take that in the opposite direction. Good. And then from here, when we're ready, taking the arms forward. My palms are facing the ceiling right now, and let's just find some rotation here. Good. And then palms up towards the ceiling, taking hands to the shoulders. We'll open and close. If you can, try to keep the elbows about shoulder height. Good. Now, if this feels good to you and you want to stay here, stay here. Otherwise, just roll those elbows and shoulders in one direction, and then take those in another direction. Good. And then when we're ready, just take it back center and release. Good. Shake something out, wiggle something out here, make yourself feel good. And then we're going to make our way to all fours. So if you need a knee cushion here, and you've got a blanket or something like that, you can certainly bring that in. Otherwise, you can also do the same thing for the wrist as well. Some of you have wedges, I know, so that's handy. But we'll spread the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees are hip width apart, a little bit wider if you've got a cranky back. Belly button is in, going into cat-cow. Big inhale, shine the heart forward, tip the pelvis back. Nice cow pose. Exhale, really round, press that floor away, mad cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now, this is the basic, and if you're newer, this is what I recommend, or if you just like it, stay here. I'll give you offers of 2 others. So semicircle cat-cow. We start with inhaling, coming into your cow. Exhale as you round, moving into cat. Sink down on one hip, moving through center, rolling up onto cow pose on the other side, and then maybe reversing that. Good. So that's semicircle cat-cow. Then there's dynamic cat-cow flow, which is a little bit more upper body intensive. So from here, inhaling on the cow, exhale, round through cat, sink back into a child's pose. Inhale, forearms drop, shifting forward. Elbows stay in as they lift, baby push up right into cow pose. So take a few moments here, explore yours. You can stay with one of them, move through a medley of 2 or all 3 of them. Move to the rhythm of your body and your breath. And consider that if it feels good to you, then you're probably doing it right. Good. And then from here, finishing up the last one, we're going to take this into a child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not touch. Arms can be long in front of you. If shoulders don't like that yet, let the hands come back towards the ankles, letting shoulders release. Forehead can come to a block or the floor. And my arms are long in front of me, so I'm going to walk my fingertips forward just a teeny tiny bit. I'm zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. I'm breathing and expanding here. Good. When you're ready, coming back to tabletop position. If you are 5 foot tall and taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. If you're like me and you're shorter than that, you can stay right where you are. Tucking the toes, pressing hands in and forward into the mat, lift and shift, downward facing dog. I'm rooting in and forward into my mat through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm turning my elbows inward slightly. Shoulders are in their pockets, head and neck are free, so my ears are by my biceps. I'm looking down at my feet, my hips, my knees, ankles, toes are tracking in that same alignment. And I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. If you're tight in the back side or have some back issues, always keep your knees bent here. Otherwise, you can start to play with a little bit of lengthening and coming back into a bend. You might choose instead walking your dog, bending one knee, lengthening the other. Good. You might come high on the toes and drop the heels. Find what you need. And stillness is always an option. Good. Finding some stillness now if you took movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Good. Now get into all four corners of the feet, little bend in the knees. Just come into a little dangle here. Shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Good. From here, when you're ready, to the floor, the shins or the thighs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Exhale, and we'll bow. We'll take that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll take that field trip to the top of the mat. So from the top of the mat, continuing to work here, feet about hip width apart, especially if you have back issues. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step back into a plank pose. Now knees can be lifted or grounded, but hold your plank. And we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With knees lifted or grounded, make your way to your belly, trying not to collapse the upper body. Good, and we'll untuck the toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hands a little forward and to the side. Good, so legs are about hip width apart here. Belly button is in. Inhale, exhale. Find a baby cobra. Shoulders are in their pockets and no crunching in the low spine. And we'll lower that back down. Inhale, exhale, find a baby cobra, or maybe you want to find true cobra, lifting your hands up. If you're in true cobra, maybe you can take your arms out to the side, maybe back by the hips, back out to the side, bringing it back in and lower down. Good. Inhale, exhale, find a baby cobra, a true cobra, or a medium cobra. Careful not to let the shoulders come up by the ears, they stay in their pockets, and careful not to hang in the low back. So be supported and strong there. And lower down. Belly button is still in. Inhale, exhale, baby cobra, true cobra, medium cobra, or high cobra. If you have it in your practice and you want it, and you want to come into the full upward facing dog, lower a little bit, tuck the toes. You can stay on the toes, or you can shift forward onto the tops of the feet. Both are fine. And then when you're ready, carefully lower that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into plank, shift back down dog. Everyone else, follow me through tabletop. Lifting up, taking it into downward facing dog. Good, take some breaths here. Coming back to intention, the Saucha. So a way you can practice cleanliness, well, some of my practices are self-care practices, but I tongue scrape, I floss, I oil pull, I dry brush. Flossing is very important. The same bacteria that's in your mouth is the same bacteria that likes to travel down to the heart and chew on your heart valves and cause problems. So don't underestimate flossing and brushing your teeth. From here, big inhale, come forward, bending the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain intention. We're going to take that 2 more times. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Plant the hands, step, or hop back to planks. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to modify this one. Lowering knees down first. Good, finding breath. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale when we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take your skip or flow. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. Good. So we're going to add on to that a little bit of a different pattern. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. From here, step the right foot back. You're in the left up runner. Bring a block in here or two if you need to. Good. I'm going to ground down that back knee. I'm going to come up and reach. Inhale. Exhale, take that path to the mat. Lift that back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Come back to breath. Come back to intention. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. From here, stepping the left foot back. You're in the right up runner. Bring a block in here if you need to. Back knee will lower. Good. And we'll lift. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, take that path to the mat. Plant the hands, lift the back knee. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. All right, let's do one little sun salute B here with a little bit of an addition onto that as well. So if you are newer or have some back issues, follow me, being hip width apart. If not, it's okay to touch your feet and your legs together, but always take care of your back. So from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale, sitting back into your chair pose. Good. Now, if you're following me with the hip width apart, remember hip, knees, and toes track in that alignment. Everybody get a little bit deeper into the heel, get a little bit deeper into the glutes. Breathe here. Breathe and expand. Find Ujjayi pranayama here if you've got that. Yeah, we're feeling the burn, we're feeling a little heat. Good. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. From your down dog when you're ready. Left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the left, strong, even upper body. Good. I'm going to look under my right armpit, and I'm going to see if I can give myself a wave with that left foot. Good. From here, keeping the knee bent as you take the hips back even to the floor. Inhale, exhale, round, step or pick up and put your right foot forward between the hands. Use a block here for stability if you need to. Warrior prepping the back foot. So back leg, hip, knee, and toe, turn out away from the body. Be strong and stable. Rise, warrior one. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. Zip up through the front body. Good, maybe opening here. Good, so maybe thinking about the opposite of cleanliness is maybe pollution. We're thinking about air and water, even the soil. Good, taking that up, inhale, exhale. Take that path to the mat. Hands are gonna come on the inside of that foot. walk it out about 45 degrees. So think about the low body being in warrior, the upper body being in down dog. And we'll just kind of take this back a little bit here. Some of you might be able to come down on forearms. So when it comes to air, I've got an air purifier on every floor of my house. We have higher quality air filters for our HVAC system here that we change on a regular basis. We have a water filter for our water. I have plants in my house, pet-friendly plants in my house, also helping us purify the air, fresh oxygen. From here and lift and walk that back around. Swivel up the back foot, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From here, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the right. Strong, even upper body. Maybe looking under the left armpit and giving yourself a wave with that foot. Good. And then from here, keeping that knee bent as you take your hips back even to the floor. Inhale, exhale, round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior prep the back foot. So hip, knee, and toe or the back leg are going to turn out away from the body. Be strong and stable as we rise. Warrior one. Front hip will come back hip comes forward, and maybe we open into a little back bend here. Good, taking it up, inhale, exhale, taking that pass to the mat, hands on the inside of that foot, walk the hands out about 45 degrees. You can be on a block the floor. We'll shift back a little bit, watch your front knee, watch the back knee, maybe you can come onto forearms, maybe not. So another way to think about cleaning the air in your home is using more natural cleaning products, as some of them can give off toxic fumes. Some of our furniture and floor finishes can do the same too, so be careful about that. Paint can do that too. If you're repainting your house, make sure you're well ventilated. Big inhale and lift, walk that back around, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From your down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. All right, we're going to get right into that sun salute now. So I'm going to come to a temple mudra. Sometimes I like to call this Charlie's Angels mudra. But again, I'm going to keep my feet, again, about hip width apart here. If you're okay in the back, you can step them together. But we're going to reach up. Reach up so much that you feel the sides of the body elongate here. Okay, and then just get a little bit of a tick-tock. Good. And now from here, coming back up, hands to prayer. I'm going to pick up my right foot and step it back. So as I come out wide here, good, I'm going to step hips, knees, and toes out away from the body. Good. So I'm in that external rotation. And while I'm here, before I do anything else, really feel your feet. So could you press big toe and pinky toe mounds evenly into the floor, maybe lifting the toes a little bit, lifting the arches. And then once that happens, could you lower the toes, but could you keep the lift in the arches? You're strong into the heel. We're micro bend in the knees, so we're not locked out like this. Looks kind of gross, doesn't it? We want to be nice and soft. Good. From here, big inhale, reach, a nice 5-pointed star. We'll go into a little bit of a sunrise flow here first. So we'll take that down and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Pause right here for a moment. Good. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to turn my left foot towards the left. I'm going to bring my right foot in here. Good. So I'm setting myself up for a warrior two. So find your warrior two. Good. Think about front hip, knee, and toe tracking. So no toes turning in one way and knees trying to go the other way. Always track in the same direction. Inhale, exhale, take it back exalted. You can lengthen that front leg if you need to. Good. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Inhale, exhale, cart. Well, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to go to triangle first. My bad. Sorry about that. Lengthen that front leg. Front hip was going to come back. Back hip's going to come forward. Root in both feet. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. From here, when you can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block if you need to, inside or outside of the foot, and we'll open up here. Good. So really open this top shoulder. Really look up there if you can. Inhale, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Now we're going to cartwheel that down, swiveling up the back foot. Your back knee can be grounded or lifted here. We're going to take the hand on the inside of that foot to the floor to a block. Open, open into that twist. And taking it down. Hand comes onto the floor to a block on the outside of that foot. Open again. And take it down. We'll all lower that back knee. Good. Taking it up here. Good. Left hand grabs right wrist. Lift. Take a side bend towards the left. Good. So think about clean foods, organic whenever it's feasible for you, financially possible. Always washing your fruits and veggies before you use. Even organic, it doesn't have pesticide residue on it. But you never know who at the grocery store has handled it with dirty hands or coughed or sneezed on it before it came to you. Take your hands to the mat, lift the back knee. Good. From here, I'm going to lengthen the front leg. So we're in a pyramid variation. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. I'm pressing back through the back heel. My back heel is not grounded. Bring a block in here for support if you need that. Your body will let you know if it's safe enough to fold in deeper. Your hamstring, more specifically, will let you know if it's a good idea. So speaking of cleanliness and a little thing about germs on our food, please don't forget to wash your hands on a regular basis. And then from here, when you're ready, this is where it's going to get tricky. This is where we're going to go into a half moon and revolved half moon. I'm going to put a bend in that front knee. So coming into half moon first, you can have a block at any height. If you don't need a block, then you can certainly put your hand. But I'm going to take it into my left hand forward and a little bit to the left of the left leg. Maybe a few little hops here coming up. I'm pressing into the heel. I'm pressing out of my hip as I open up here. Now, some of us, this might not be your jam today. Maybe coming to a modified warrior three is more where you need to be. You're still working balance. You're still working that leg. Press into the heel, press out of the hip. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Everyone will take both hands down. Yes, that right leg is still lifted. Good. You can take your right hand to a block or to the floor. And then we're going to open to the left, revolved half moon. Left leg's working hard here. Strong legs are everything, along with the breath. Inhale, exhale, taking that down. Now reach that right leg back. You're back in that up runner. Plant the hands, front foot steps back. Take or skip a flow. From the down dog, when you're ready, left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Both hands on the inside of that foot. Walk yourself back around. We're in a wide leg forward fold here. Make sure the toes are in alignment with each other, pressing through the outer edges of the feet so we're not collapsing into the arches. So I'm going to take my right hand under my face. Shifting my hips to the left, open to the left. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down, hips back even to the floor. Left hand under the face, shifting the hips to the right, opening to the right. And taking that down, hips back even to the floor. Turn toes, knees, and hips out away from the body, taking them into that external rotation. Bending the knees, hands to the thighs, coming right here. Good. Now from here, let's sunrise flow 1, 2, 3, pause. We'll get a little vitality wheel in here. So from here, good, starting to the left, go up and around, pause at the right, and reverse, and reverse. Good, now take a big circle, keep going. 1 more, good, pause, reverse your circle. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, woo, come back in here and come to standing. Good, we're gonna take that whole series now into the other side. So I'm gonna turn in the left foot, turning out the right foot. Good, find your warrior 2 on this side. Good, so maybe front hip comes back a little bit. Watch your tracking. Front knee can stay bent or lengthen it as you take it back. Good. So another way you can cleanse your space is sage cleansing. I cleanse my house with sage once a season. Also speaking of that, think about seasonal cleansing. Good, coming back to warrior 2. Lengthen that front leg. Front hip comes back, back hip comes forward, going into the triangle. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Soft front knee. When you can come no more, come to a thigh, a shin, a block, or the floor, and open up. So seasonal cleaning, clean out the fridge, freezer, pantry. I've done all those things in the last month. Found some things I didn't know I had. Found some things I wish I didn't still have. Looking down at that front foot, good, putting a bend in that front knee, coming back to warrior 2. Cartwheeling that down, swiveling up the back foot. Back knee's gonna lower down. Good. From here, when you're ready, good, we'll take this up. Good. Right hand's gonna grab the left wrist, lift, take a side bend to the right. Another way to think about cleaning beyond bath, regular house cleaning, reach and take that down. Back knee can stay grounded or lifted. Good. Left hand is going to come to the floor to a block, open to the right. Inhale, exhale. Right hand comes down to the floor to a block, open to the left. Taking that down. Good. From here, I'm going to lengthen the front leg. So I'm in my pyramid variation. Bring a block in here if you need that. Good. So careful to keep that knee slightly bent. I'm pressing back through the back heel. My back heel is not grounded. I'm lengthening through my torso. Your front hamstring will let you know if it's okay to fold in deeper. And from here, when you're ready, good. Putting a bend in that front knee. Good. I'm going to take my block into my right hand, same hand as leg. I'm going to take it forward and to the right of that right foot. So remember, if warrior 3 variation, both hands on the ground is for you, take that. Otherwise, we're going to come into half moon here. I'm pressing into the heel. I'm pressing out of the hip as I open. Good, take your time. It is harder than it looks. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We'll all come to a warrior 3 variation. Hands to the floor to a block. Good. I'll readjust my block here. Good. So left hand is on the floor to a block, open to the right. So press out of that heel, press out of that hip. Inhale, exhale, taking that down. Reach that left leg back, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Come back to the breath. From your down dog, right leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Good, take your hands on the inside. We're gonna come back into our wide leg table. So from here, I'm gonna take my right hand under my face, shifting the hips to the left, open to the left. You can stay here, you can continue to wrap around, really opening that left shoulder, looking up there. So twisting helps you get things moving, a little bit considered cleansing in the body. We've had a lot of those, we've got a few more to do. Good, and release, and come back down, hips even to the floor. Left hand under the face, shifting the hips to the right, open to the right. You can stay here, you can continue to wrap around, opening up that right shoulder. And release, and coming back down, hips back even to the floor. Hips, knees, and toes are gonna turn out away from the body again. Put a bend in the knees. Good, taking hands to the thighs and coming back up here. Again, we're gonna build on sunrise flow to vitality wheel and then a little lunge. So big inhale, exhale, take it down. Inhale, inhale. Good. Now, if you did not like vitality flow on the last round that we did, keep doing your nice sunrise flow. You can also just be here. Otherwise, vitality wheel. Good. Coming up and pause and reverse and take it up and keep going. Pause, reverse with a smile and pause and come back here. Good. So for this next one, this little lunge series, and different things for different people. Good. So I'm just going to take my feet in just a smidge closer together. I'm going to come back into my squat, and then I'm going to take my hands down to the floor. Good. So some people are just going to move to one side and then move to the other. Watch your knees here. And if you've got knee issues, this is where I recommend that you stay. Try to think about keeping your heels grounded on the side that you're coming in. So it's okay if you kind of come up here. That's actually the next step. See if you're comfortable doing that. Good. And then some of you might stay here. Maybe you're in prayer. Maybe hands come down. Maybe you're working on a bind or half bind. I don't do it well. And probably not even on this side without falling over. So I'm just going to stay right here. This is a hard one to master. And then when you're ready, taking that down, moving into the other side. Good. I'm a little bit better at it over here. You can come here. You can try for a half bind or full bind. And then when you're ready, release and come back. Good. Find that big squat. Coming back up. Find that 5-pointed star one more time. Coming back, heel toe it together or hop it together. Good. From here, come back to your temple mudra, taking it up. We're going to close this moon salutes variation, taking it from one side to the other. Standing crescent. Good. And then from here, coming back to breath and intention. All right, we're going to flow down to the ground and stay there. So we are going to flow down and come into a pigeon. So if belly down pigeon is not your jam, I'll give you an option once we get down there. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. So once you've made it to your down dog, if you need an alternative to belly down pigeon, come onto your knees, roll onto your back. You're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee for a figure four. It's the same hip rotation, same stretch. It's just kinder on the knees and the hips. So those of you that don't need that are going to follow me. Left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee round. Left knee comes behind the left wrist. I'm just going to work myself around. So if you've got a lot of space under that left hip, fill that in with a blanket or something, or come onto your back. Remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, never a normal sensation. And then from here, when you're ready, good, we'll come up from there. If you're on your back, you're welcome to come up and take a down dog real quick, or you can just switch sides. If you're following me, just kind of take that up, walk, walk, walk the dog. And then when you're ready, we'll take that into the other side. So if you're on your back, right ankle over left knee. If you're following me, right leg lifts, bending that knee, rounds, taking that right knee behind that right wrist. Good. And then you can go where it is that you can go. And then whenever you're ready, good, carefully come up if you're on your back. If you would like to take one more flow in this class, come up to your down dog and do so. Those of you that went belly down, come up, take or skip the last flow of this class. And once you've made it to your down dog, drop down onto those knees. Find a nice, juicy child's pose here. So you can have knees together, hip width apart, a little bit mat width apart rather, or somewhere in between. Find what you need. And notice how this may feel different to you now than it did in the beginning. And when you're ready, good. Hands come under the shoulders, coming up, and we'll have a seat. So from here, we're going to take our legs long in front of us. You can sit up on a blanket or something like that if you need that. And also cushion underneath your knees if you need that as well. And I'm going to take my feet in flexion, toes towards the face. Good. From here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. So try to find things that feed the body and spirit with the enriching stimuli and food, or kind of going a little bit above food. Maybe thinking about personal practices. So for me, that's personal Pilates and yoga practices. It's breath work, meditation, prayer. It's reading books, my health coaching school, being outside, gardening, hiking. probably not watching the news. Another thing that gives me very enriching stimuli is teaching and coaching my students, my people. It's a great joy for me. If you don't like what you do, find something that you do like and go for that. Inhale, exhale, taking that back up. Good. We're going to come onto our backs now. So we're going to do this through a roll down. So you can have legs longer. If you're someone that needs some modification of putting a bend in your knees, take that version. The arms are going to come up. We're nice and tall. Big inhale. Exhale. See, curving that back. Good. When you get down there, take the knees into the chest and rock, rock, rock side to side. All right, from here, we're going to take the feet down. We're going to do one bridge. So this can be freestyle bridge, any bridge of your choice that's already in your practice. So you've got a plethora of options. If you're kind of having a brain fart and can't think of any, I will cue us through a basic. But otherwise, come into your chosen bridge now, pressing evenly into the feet if you're following me, lifting the hips straight up towards the ceiling. So no matter what bridge you chose, can hips, knees, and toes track in that alignment. We do not want the feet to step out wider or go into external rotation, so be mindful of that. I say that a lot in full back bends. Be mindful of your practice. And when you're ready, carefully come out of the bridge that you chose in the way that's best for your body. Taking the knees back into the chest and rock, rock, rocking side to side. So we're going to take this into some dynamic twisting here. So knees are going to come into tabletop position, knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor, arms out to the side. Belly button is in, nice and tight. Take the knees over to a hover. So you know you're at the right hover when you can come into a hover and the opposite side of your back does not scream at you. If it's acting funny, you're too far into the hover. And move back through center and over to the left. And center and right and center and left and center. If you're a beginner or you just like this, stay here. Those of you that want more challenge, take the legs long and try that. This will be harder for people who are taller. You've got a little bit more lever. Good. Now you can stay with that tick-tock, or you can take this into some circles. So when you're going to the circles, whether your legs are long or knees are bent, the opposite hip will come up off the floor just a little bit, but not extreme. Let's reverse that circle. Good, and bending in those knees. Good. Take your left foot down. Bring your right knee into the chest. Now, if you don't have knee issues, you can hold on to the shin. If you do, hold on behind the thigh. But give it a nice squeeze in here. So this little knee into the chest squeeze is a great one, and we're going to do it on both sides to get the colons activated. So if you get kind of plugged up or this off schedule or something like that, this is a great natural way to help you try to find that balance, the internal cleansing, if you will, so things don't get stuck in there. Good. Now from here, back off a little bit from that. Take your hands behind that right leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go. Good. Point and flex that foot. Rolling that ankle in one direction. And then in the other direction. Good. Put a bend back in that knee. Lengthen the left leg long if it's not already. Left hand on the outside of that right thigh, right arm out to the side, and we're going to twist to the left. So if your knee does not like your right foot kind of hanging down towards the floor, stick a block or a prop or something under there to support yourself. And when you're ready, good. Coming back into center. Good. We're going to switch out our knees. So taking the right foot down, good. Bringing the left knee in, find your grip that's appropriate for the side. So remember, if you don't have any knee issues, you can hold on to the shin. If you do, hold on to the thigh. This knee's been a little cranky today, so I'm going to be kind. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Lift that leg, let your hands go up as high as they can go. Point and flex that foot. Rolling that ankle in one direction. And then in the other. And then when you're ready, good, putting a bend back in that knee, lengthen the right leg long, right hand on the outside of that left thigh. Good. Rolling over to the right. Good, again, prop up this foot or leg here if you need that. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that back in the center. Bring the knees into the chest, rock, 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 side to side. We made it. We're going to go into our Shavasana here, so feel free to bring in any props that you need to make that feel good to you. You can let everything come long and flop open, a bend in the knees, being on your side, on your belly, be where you can get comfortable. Good. So throughout this practice, I've shared with you what Saucha, cleanliness and purity, means to me. Now I'm going to have you in Shavasana kind of ponder what it means to you, which might be about the same, might be different. And remember, that is all good. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take the head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or gently invite movement of the fingers and the toes. Choosing stillness or bringing knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifted for a full body hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any during Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch. Point and flex through the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for you in this moment. And whenever you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice together. Good. Taking a moment here to sit tall, feeling how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in heart center. Reconnecting with your intention, Saucha, or the one that you chose, one more time. And we'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, week, month ahead. Namaste.